first major wave and explosion of skateboarding in England, I think, came in the 70s. And they built outdoor concrete parks across the whole of the country. And over time, those got so beaten down, nobody had anywhere to skate. We had nothing in England. Redlands came in like the early 90s, and it was indoors. You know, when that contest came about and you had all these pros from all over the world, that arguably changed the face of British skateboarding. South Bank became a very important and integral place for British skateboarding because it was undercover in the centre of London, and so people still skated there. And so that battle for South Bank's been going on a very, very long time, and the skaters and everyone involved with that deserves a massive pat on the back, you know. So if they renovate it and fix up some of that stuff, it's going to be one of the best skate spots in the world. And I think for London to be at the forefront of making a decision to bring a contest as big as SLS to its city, right on the heels of what's happening in South Bank, that sends a huge message out to all the metropolitan cities across the world that that's how you do it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to London, England, the home of black cabs, the double-decker bus, tea time, fish and chips, best mates, and the Queen. And tonight, in Copper Box Arena, it's the site of the 2018 SLS Pro Open. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Paul Zitzer, alongside Jeff Rowley and Chris Cole, and this is the finals and the kickoff to the 2018 SLS season. We have 8 of the world's best skateboarders about to do work, representing 5 different countries here tonight. And of these 8 skaters, only one, Kelvin Hoffler, has ever won an SLS event. Now, my first question goes to you, Jeff. Of the other 7 skaters out here, which of them do you think has a shot at a win tonight?
Yuto Horigome. I mean, he was relatively unknown going into last year's Pro Open, and he surprised everybody. Absolute annihilation, and he annihilated the course, finished in 3rd place. He's ripped at every contest last year. He's coming into this year skating really good. He's hungry for his first win, and he has the headspace and tricks to pull it off.
I think you're right, Jeff. Now, Chris, the other story here tonight. There are 4 non-SLS pros here in the finals. They came through qualifiers, they came through prelims, and they made it this far. Now, there's 2 open spots into Street League, and it's up for grabs. 4 skaters, 2 spots. Which of the guys do you think might grab it?
You know what? Gustavo Rivera showed really well. I think he has a good shot. He has an unconventional approach, not having much strategy in the game. So he's throwing out bangers in the very beginning of the best trick section rather than waiting till the end. Trent Mcclung seems really strong as well. He seems to be skating without nerves. He has great precision in his tricks, and I know about a bunch of tricks that he has in his bag that we've yet to see.
Well, they're going to be going against the world's best here tonight, and there is a ton on the line. But before we kick it off, let's throw it down to the 4th member of our team, Andrew Cannon.
Thanks, Paul. I'm on course right now, and I'm talking to all the guys. They're all really focused. I talked to most of them, and they said they're definitely feeling the nerves. Each one of these skaters are so excited. Kelvin's the only one to ever win, and they all know this is a huge opportunity. Spoke to Yvan Montero. He said after his 4th try in the qualifier or prelims to get in here, he actually took his shirt off, walked outside, called his dad. But what happened was he had a friend come out, hey, you've got one more try. So he ran back in, threw the t-shirt on, and that's when he did the 270 back lip 270 out, which is exactly what he needed to squeak in there. He sat, he watched, he had one more heat, but he was super thankful. He said he was really, really nervous going into those prelims because he knew that it was going to be more than 2 people making finals, and that was the goal. So hopefully he's here now. He said he's ready to go. Hopefully he can hang on. Back to you.
Thank you, Andrew. Now, before we get started, let's talk about how this contest works with the basics. There are 2 sections to Street League, the run section and best trick. Each skater will get 2 45-second runs, followed by 5 best trick attempts. Now, only the top 4 scores overall count. They count from any section. Those are the basics. Now it is time to meet our skaters here in the finals. guy we just heard about from Andrew, squeezing into the finals on his last trick. The 2017 Dam Am of the Year. Yvan Montero out of Brazil. And this kid is so focused. Another Brazilian. One of 4 Brazilians in the finals. 2017 SLS Trick of the Year winner, Tiago Lemos. Brazilian number 3 here tonight. He got 9th at Tampa Pro this year. And the last SLS final he was in was the 2017 Barcelona final, Felipe Gustavo. And the Frenchman, he got 4th in qualifiers on Saturday and then just came blazing through the prelims today. It is Vincent Milou, one of the 4 skaters going for that spot in SLS. Here we have the 2015 SLS World Champion. He needs no introduction, Kelvin Hoffler. I think he's the guy to beat. One of the 4 skaters trying to make it into SLS here in this final. Trent Mcclung, the only skater from the US here in the finals. The winner of 2017 Tampa Am. Another one of the skaters trying to qualify in. From Portugal, Gustavo Rivera. And Jeff's pick to win it all, coming out of Japan. He got a 9.1 in the prelims, and he's been doing it ever since. Yuto, Horigome. Those are your 8 skaters. We're gonna be going at it tonight in the final. It's gonna be huge. These guys can all win. Here's your start list. Coming in first is gonna be Yvan Montero, followed by Tiago Lemos, Felipe Gustavo, Vincent Milou, Kelvin Hoffler, Trent Mcclung, Gustavo Rivera, and Yuto Horigome, your number 1 qualifier out of the prelims. He gets to go last in the run section. Now, after the run section, reshuffle the order, and the skater in 8th will go first in best trick. So Yvan Montero coming in for his first of 2 runs here in the final. So much pressure on the 4 skaters who are trying to get an SLS tonight. That's huge. And then they're all trying to win. They're trying to come up on a win and some cash.
Straight out of the gates with a tray flip whip slide.
Four solid tricks already.
I'm sure you can actually see his nerves, Jeff, when he's pushing. You can tell those quick movements.
I think he just wants to get it over with, though, too, right? To a certain extent, he's like, "This, I just gotta put my head down and get this one done." And he's showing us right now. He's ripping.
Starting to calm down now.
Put together a great run. It's always hard to be that first guy, right? You're always going to have those nerves. So starting with that run, end it with that trick. What a great first run for this kid.
What an animal.
That was amazing. That's why he's here tonight. But to come out here and put it down in the final, it's something else.
To start out your line with a tray flip whip slide like that, it's so hard. There's too many things that can go wrong. Tray flip nose slide as easy as it can possibly be.
So that was his first trick and his last trick in his run right there.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yvan scores in at 8.6 to start things off.
Wow.
That is going to bring the heat to all these guys right out of the gate.
Talk about a street league debut for Yvan Montero.
I mean, what a showing. Straight out of the gates. First thing in the finals, he puts up an 8.6. Imagine best trick section, what you have to do to get an 8.6.
Now at this point, Tiago Lemos is like a veteran. This is his 3rd year in SLS, but with so many new guys out here tonight, he's the guy with experience.
Absolutely, he's been here before. And wow, and he has power like that.
He skates like nobody else in the contest, you know. That's why he stands out. He's doing stuff really high, all these huge pop Stuff other guys just not even looking at. I mean, look at that with short run up and just nollie tail slid up the whole of that ledge.
Well, I mean, when you have pop like that, it opens up options that other people just don't have. They don't even see them.
And that's why we like him so much, man. He's just the best in the world at that.
So Tiago,
how's that?
squeezing that in.
Wow.
Not getting it.
Just freestyling at the end, little riffing.
Skate the course sideways.
We already know that run is going to be a total write-off. But your top 4 overall scores count. So 3 can get tossed.
Look at that crook all the way to the top. I mean, that counts for something.
It counts for something, that is for sure. Everything he does is incredible, but here in the final, you got to make it all. It's got to be great. Let's talk about the pylons so we understand how this breaks down. Now, below a skater's name are the run section and best trick tabs. The top 4 scores are shown in white, and the drop scores show up in gray. Below that is the leaderboard. The current skater's name is highlighted in white, and after that attempt, their name will be in gray until they skate again. The leaderboard will update after every single score. Finally, on the bottom tab, you'll see the score the skater needs for the lead, and if they cannot take the lead, you'll see the highest placing that they can get with a score. That is the pylon. Next skater in, Felipe Gustavo.
One of my favorites.
Tech wizard.
One of my favorite dudes and skateboarder.
Last time he was in a final was a year ago in Barcelona.
I mean, he is just a technical wizard. He floats, does harder tricks than most. I mean, when the tricks in your run even are in this caliber, your options are even up here. You know you're good.
He puts 9 style tricks in his run. The 360 flip nose grind, that's a 9. Could be, yeah, it's close.
Absolutely.
And he puts it in his run, and he's got a few of those tricks, so it makes it tough for him to get through the run section.
Doing great so far. Nice.
He is doing great.
Kickflip crooked grind, ripping it to fakie, looking very smooth out there. So he had a bail in the middle of that run, but other than that, that was a very, very, very good run. First run for Felipe, coming out the gate with tricks like that nollie crooked grind.
Also, for that to be your first run, you really want to dust off the cobwebs, but that kickflip crook and then 180ing out just to add the cherry on top, that's more than dusting off cobwebs.
Absolutely, Chris.
Felipe gets a 6.3 for that first run of 2. Puts him in second. Just getting a feel for things. Vincent Milou on deck from France. One of the 4 skaters trying to make it into SLS here tonight.
That was cool. That was a cool addition. You don't see that much. A pop shove it to backside 50-50. It's just so easy to hit your tail on the way in. And bailing the kickflip crook, you also don't see that much out of him.
He's coming in skating nice and fast right now, though. I think these guys know, right? It's time, go time.
Yeah, you've made it to the finals. Now, you're not saving anything.
There's no point.
The only way to win is to risk losing everything.
Risk it all. And that's what Vincent did. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but you got to try to find out.
That's absolutely right. This was my highlight of the other run. Look how close his tail went to hitting the wall.
1/8 of an inch, or 1 millimeter. So you're watching the SLS London Pro Open Finals. Stick around. Yuto Horigome is going to be skating when we come back.
look back and wonder how we made it this far? Nah, man. They always tell you can take the kid off the streets, but you can't take the streets off the kid. But us, we ain't hearing that, cause we listening to this.
One in the head, one in the bag, bubbly.
Cause look, this skateboarding. You think we left the streets and then made it? Nah, man. We made it, but never leaving.
One in the head, one in the bag, bubbly.
Oh, yes! Woo! Let's go! Finally! Dude, yeah, check it out.
What is this?
Funny my score. What?
Welcome to ATV on ETN, the classic game on all terrain. Our 5 terrains are stairs, quarter pipe, flat bar, ledge, and of course, flat ground. The best 3 out of 5 wins today and moves on to the next round. We have a tournament with 16 skateboarders, and whoever proves themselves to be the ultimate ATV is going to win $5,000. And if there's any discrepancies, Winkle has got my back.
Oh, I'm counting that all day.
So let's get this game started.
Welcome back to the London Pro Open. Taking a look at just a few of our qualifiers that came out this weekend, all trying to get into SLS.
Some fantastic skateboarding. That bigger flip front board, over crook right there.
Alex Midler was out here this weekend. TJ Rogers putting it down, going crazy with the switch front threes, regular front threes. Yvan Montero, we already know.
With the backside threes, 2 of them in one trick. Incredible skateboarding from everybody this weekend.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. And it's such a task for those guys to even make it to the final, but for 4 of them to make it, it's nuts.
It's a life-changing experience for some of these guys today. It's the first shot to get into SLS and compete with the big boys.
So this is the run section. First run of 2 here in the final. Skater on deck will be Kelvin Hoefler, 2015 SLS World Champ. 2016, he was out. 2017, he was back and made every single final and actually finished 3rd at the World Championship. So, I mean, he's been working his way steadily back, and here he's looking on point.
What's crazy is what you just said. He made it to every single final. And before that, before the SLS win and all, it was kind of like, Kelvin, yeah, I've heard of that guy. And now it's, of course, he's in the finals. Wow, did you see that adjustment?
Yes.
He adjusted his right foot mid-slide. Oh, man. I think that just hooked him up. I think that gave him the confidence that he needed to make this run special.
It's a lot of heavy tricks so far. Keep this going. Oh, my goodness.
Yes. See, Kelvin knows strategy. Kelvin knows that this is finals. There's no reason to hold back.
And he didn't even skate that well for him in the prelims, but he cruised through to get here. It was easy. He got great scores. He's got
saving the juice for the finals.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. Look at him doing a Wally.
Wow.
What an incredible run.
Nice. Keep going. Just keep going.
That is an exceptional run. Tricks like this cap back lip.
Watch his right foot. Oh. That was interesting.
Changed the angle of his toe on his board right there.
In this, I saw him wind his shoulders a little bit right before he popped at that switch blunt, and I was like, what is he getting at? That's what he was getting at.
9 club, 9.1, run number 1 of 2 for Kelvin Hoffler here in the finals. That's what it takes to be an SLS champ.
Right there. Man. Hey, well deserved. That was an insane run.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those tricks would have scored very good in the best trick section.
To do them all together in one run, so impressive.
Absolutely.
Now, you're brand new. This is your first rodeo. Trent Mcclung. I mean, he's looked solid out here, but after that, it's got to be pressure.
It is rough to go after somebody that does that. You know, I don't know if it's just the tricks. It's the calm in the audience after they erupt. Then they go silent, and you're like, what did I do?
Doesn't seem to be phasing him yet, though.
No, like I said, he just seems to be skating without nerves. The fact that he's doing kickflip front crooks in his line at his debut contest.
And it doesn't seem like he's even taking a chance on it. It's just boom, he's just rattling these tricks off.
It's incredible.
Yeah, he's amazing.
So you said he's holding back on a couple of tricks, Chris. What are we going to see from him coming up?
I don't want to give anything away. I want everybody to be stoked equally across the board, but that was a pretty real run.
That was real. So Yvan Montero's in second with an 8.6. Gustavo Rivera in third with a 6.3. Would you say it's in that range somewhere?
I think it probably took second. Oh.
8.4. This is a great start to the final, regardless of scores. These guys are putting it down, killing it. 8.4 is huge, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
On deck, so pressure builds. 2017 Tampa Am winner, and he's come out here and killed Gustavo Rivera out of Portugal.
Wow, nose blunt to fakie. What a weird choice. It's funny how efficient.
Oh, man, he just tried to fit in too many. Got too excited.
How efficient a person that grows up with skate parks around is on these bars. How comfortable they are on them. Where he jumps into a front feeble and it's so smooth.
Making up for a little bit of that time too with that quick hustle. Get that big spin board in, and tricks like this 360 flip 50-50 is going to help his end score.
We are seeing some of the best tray flippers in the world right now.
Oh, no. To your point.
Yeah, that was after time though, so.
But we saw it.
But check out this nose, it's basically transfer nose slide. It goes over.
There's that big spin frontside board slide with very limited run after he bailed the trick on the top of that platform. Great recovery.
And those rails, we've talked about it all weekend, those rails are long and they slant away from you when you pop. So what you're seeing on those is tricky.
They're angled a weird way and you have to carve around the ledge that's at the top of them.
Yuto Horigome. All right, let's watch this kid. Jeff's pick, and that's why.
Oh, yeah, little lunch break up there. That was hairy.
That's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. He picks a trick like that in the middle of his run, right, Chris? Blind side like that.
Completely blind, and it's not. Wow. It's not like he whips his head around the seat either. He does it completely blind. He has a great run right now. Interesting choice of tricks. They're all hard.
Oh, man, that was sweet.
It was perfect. And hey, why not hit him with a 540 no grab? When you do a run like that, may as well throw in a 540.
Give the crowd some aerial.
Yeah, deliver some airmail to him. Look at that. Ooh. Gave a little extra credit in that. But that's nollie. That's not even fakie. That is a nollie cab.
What score is he going to get for that exceptional run? There's that last trick, and it is a 9. Yuto Horigome is in the 9 club.
Our second 9 of the night here in the final, and not Yuto's first 9 of the weekend either. So what you were saying at the top of the show, Jeff?
Well, we know he has it, Paul. We know he has it. We know he's hungry for it. It's just, can he lay it down like the rest of these guys? They've all got it, but can they lay it down?
It's got to be intimidating once that happens, though.
The crowd just got word on that 9, and they are backing it. Crowds love Yuto.
They very much do.
This is the final of the SLS London Pro Open. There is your current leader, Kelvin Hoffler. Stick around. We'll be back with run number 2. Welcome back to the 2018 SLS London Pro Open Final. And it has gotten off to a wild start. And it's only going to get better. We're in the run section. 1 run down, 1 to go before we head to best trick. We're inside Copper Box Arena. See Kelvin waxing the rail, and there's your current 3rd place skater, Yvan Montero. We caught up with him recently and got an idea of what it took for him to get here and what it means to him. Let's take a look.
Yeah, because I skate for like 10 years. And then since I started skating, I already have the first street league, you know? So it was like all my idols just skating there, like Paul, Nigel, you know? Dude, like one day I want to be in that contest, you know? One day I want to be there. And then like, just to be able to skate this contest and like be close to these guys, I'm like, dude, you know, like, it's not normal for me still. I just still look to them and was like, oh my God, dude, I can't believe it's this dude right here. You know, I love his skating, you know, I'm a kind of fan. You know, it's like step by step. So like today was like the first step on this contest, just like got here and then like skate the first day. I don't know, I was like so happy to make it to the second day, you know, and tomorrow was like 2 spots. So it's just like, it's like one more, like it's the last step actually, you know? Like try to be on the top 2 spots and maybe make the finals, you know, we never know. I hope I do it. You know, it's so hyped. I just like, so happy to be here, dude, at all, you know?
Yeah, he hopes he can do it, and he did it. He's here, but he's up against those 4 non-SLS pros trying to make it one last step.
That's what's so tricky about this is just because these 4 non-SLS pros made it into finals, just because they made it into finals doesn't mean that they're the new SLS pro. They still have to beat the other 2.
Yeah, that's harsh.
I mean, he's looking really good for it, though. I mean, he has been skating incredibly every time he sets foot on that course this entire weekend. That's actually the first time I think I've seen him actually roll on his back.
His first run score was an 8.6, which is huge. This run was going perfectly.
Well, it becomes untethered after a fall, especially when you're brand new to this.
Right.
I mean, lots of nerves, but look at the precision he has. I mean, that tray flip lip as the first trick in your line is bananas, and he's done it all weekend.
And once again, you can throw away 3 of your final scores. Only 4 count. So
I have a very good feeling he's throwing away that 5.1.
Yeah, he's going to throw that away. He's going to put down high 8s, maybe 9s later. Best trick. Yeah. All right, Tiago Lemos back in. Run number 2.
Oh, man. Tiago struggling on that first run a little bit. Not getting the best start in this second run. Crooked grind up the rail, just gets away from him.
That was a great recovery. I was thinking, how is he going to do this?
Still another fall. I mean, it's going to be difficult to recover from that from this point in this run.
Yeah, especially with this course, the way that it is, the slow walking back isn't going to help.
You can see that he's kind of just lost that rhythm and just letting it go.
Yeah.
He should just ollie the whole building and be done with it.
That's what he should do.
He'll do that next.
Ollie the building, ollie up the double set. What's insane is he could actually grind up the double set hover.
Yeah.
We were looking at right when we first got to the course, right? Like, can Tiago go up that hubba? There's that fakey crook. Huge pop. Great attitude, 2.0. Not a great score at all. Going to need to step it up in the best trick. Stand a chance.
Felipe is going to get a good song on.
Is it run number 2 of 2?
You see how he's light-footed, he floats around. That's such a Felipe characteristic.
Very smooth too, right? Very smooth skateboarder. Wow.
Absolutely. Calm, collected.
Yeah, you see his feet don't fidget around on his board a bunch. He's pretty precise with that, but very smooth when he gets a trick though.
That was rad. So good switchback tail and on a round hand wrap. Wow, nicely done. You see that pop out?
That was a switch up from the first run, right?
Yep. It's funny when you pop after the buzzer and mess up, you're stoked.
Right.
When you make it, you're like, darn.
So that was another incredible run here tonight. Sitting on a 6.3 from run 1.
Doing a nollie kickflip nose slide is like a big moment in a skateboarder's life when they learn that. To throw it out so casually as he does.
Look at that, 7.9 for run number 2 before he heads into best trick, which I think we can all agree he will have an opportunity to really shine.
Vincent going straight for that double set hover again. First trick, doesn't quite get that sweet one he got in the last run.
We still have the replay from the last time, so I'm very happy I got to watch that.
That's good.
Nicely done.
Throwing in, look at that angle. If you guys can even see that on camera, he did a kickflip frontside lip and kind of really wiggled to get over to that other ledge. That was really difficult to do, and he did it like nothing.
You know, during his 2 runs thus far, nice. During his 2 runs, you've really seen how angled these things are. That was cool. Wally lip slide. Into the Viper.
And he's going to hit that double set right there. Frontside kickflip doesn't quite get it. The only thing I can say about Vincent is maybe he didn't use all of the course. Most of his tricks were in the same spots on the course. There's that first trick, the gap to back tail, which is a hairy one because you're floating it blindside before you get onto that low ledge, a lot of room for error.
Vincent's a big guy as well, and so that gap to hubba that he backtailed doesn't look nearly as big when he does it as it actually is.
Good point. That double set, we know it's long, right? We know it's long too.
This is the SLS London Pro Open. There's Kelvin Hoffler coming off some huge runs. We'll be back right after this.
London skateboarding for sure, like South Bank's one of the most iconic spots in the world, really.
Skateboarding first arrived in the area around 1973, and skateboarding has existed in that space for over 40 years. And in 2004, the management at the time decided to close off bit by bit, but it's managed to maintain itself for a long time. And then in 2013, there was a plan for a massive redevelopment. So that's what triggered the campaign to start. Save South Bank already existed, so the idea was that we were constantly going to be potentially saving South Bank. So the name was changed to Long Live South Bank. Within a very short period of time, over 100,000 people had signed up to preserve it, so we knew that it was something important.
The new London Mayor, Sadiq Khan, absolutely brilliant mayor, has pledged money if it can then be matched by the South Bank campaign. And then, eventually they should open up the space again, which I think will be a really, really great thing.
We've made real progress over the last year. We've raised 240,000 of the 790 we need to reopen this space. If we can do this, then hopefully we can make something incredibly positive for the future of British skateboarding. You can look at our website, llsb.com, and see what you're able to do to help the campaign.
We're back inside Copper Box Arena. That's South Bank. That is one of the most iconic spots of all time, and it's right here in London. And we're gonna throw it down to Andrew, who's with a member of the Long Live South Bank crew.
Down here with Louis from Long Live South Bank. So what exactly are you guys trying to do with South Bank?
So we're fundraising. We're aiming to fundraise £790,000, and that's to reopen historic sections of the skateboarding spot. Now this is like one of the most important skateboarding spots in the world, definitely like the landmark spot in UK, in British skateboarding. And so yeah, something incredibly important for skateboarders all around the world to get behind and do something quite momentous, because it's really rare that skateboarders come together and try and push for something on this bigger scale on a completely community basis. So yeah.
What do you guys need to get to the rest of the way to make it happen?
So we've already raised about £240,000. And we've just got to keep on pushing to get the rest of the money required, and that involves all sorts. That involves working with brands and working with trusts and foundations, and then also just the whole community coming together and getting some really good community-based donations in. So anyone can donate at llsb.com and llsbdonate.com, and we've got so much information on the internet, and you can just get in contact. So if you're interested in helping, just hit us up on the internet, and we're always open to conversations.
Awesome. You heard it, everyone. Go donate if you can. Back to you.
Thanks so much. Good luck to the South Bank crew. We want to come back and rip it next year. Now, we've been watching the skaters rip this course all night long. And for more on it, let's go to the streetscape. This mirror image London course measures in at 160 feet long by 56 feet wide and has obstacles for every type of skater. Starting out on the right side, there's a stage topped off with quarter pipes and a 5-stair with an out ledge that starts out low but ends high. Each set also has a built-in Euro gap, a long mellow rail, and is capped by an angled ledge/mani pad, which will be great for tech moves. And in the middle is a long 3-flat-5 double set with double kinked hubbas on either side. And the challenge here is as much about getting speed and a proper setup as the trick itself. Moving into the middle section, skaters will have a choice between this very tall flat bar on the bank-to-bank or these up and down ledges with steep bank sides. Ledge skaters can take the outside route and go for either the lower or the higher ledges, and it's capped off with a quarter pipe on the edge. So this course has proved challenging all weekend, but skaters here tonight in the final have stepped up and figured out how to rip it, and this guy's one of them. His first run was a 9.1. This is his run number 2.
How's he gonna top that one?
If he could just match it, he's gonna be looking amazing. And right there proves he's not going to. But Kelvin can recover. We saw him do it in the prelims and cruise in through, so see what he's got.
Wow. Whipped that out so fast too, out of that switch blunt. Kickflip frontside blunt slide on a round rail is not a trick that I would see many people picking to do in the middle of the run.
I find I have to take such a harsh angle just not to hit my nose that I never make it. That was a wild kickflip front board. Give him one for good measure.
Kelvin skating so determined as that cab back lip to fakie.
No foot adjustment needed on that one.
And there's that final trick, the kickflip frontside board slide.
Wow.
Did it so fast too.
So a 5.2 would be good enough to put him in first, and he gets an 8.3. So back on top goes Kelvin Hoffler. Felipe Gustavo getting bumped down into second place. And waiting in the wings, Trent Mcclung has been looking solid. He's got an 8.4, run number 1. This is his second.
The way that he skates this contest makes you feel like his filmer probably has a great time going out and filming with him, because if he's skating like this in a contest, as far as nerves go, he probably handles it in the street.
Oh, we know he handles it in the street, right?
First tries.
You've skated with him a bunch, right?
Absolutely.
Super technical. Guy too, always surprising with his technical ability as well too.
And I think he's just getting started.
And it's great to see him out here. He skated so good yesterday to get to this point. He skated so good to get into the finals.
He's got his brother, Trevor, here watching him. I'm sure his brother, Taylor, is back at home watching him as well.
Trevor skated qualifiers. Didn't quite get this far, but the whole family rips.
From Huntington Beach, California, famous city for skateboarding and for progression in street skateboarding.
Trent had an 8.4 on his first run, needs a 9.1 to take the lead, but an 8.2 is another really high, solid score.
Yeah, you can't scoff at that.
Now, stacking points, and everybody's just moving towards the best trick section. Now, Gustavo Rivera, his first run was not so great, 6.9. He's got to make it happen here so he can feel good going into best trick.
Much better nose blunt this time, although it didn't go to fakie. It was a better nose blunt. Although the nose manual was kind of squirrely, it looks better right now.
And that's where his first run went wrong, so dodged a bullet, moving on.
Wow. That was much slower than he's approached that before. Little token transition move.
Oh, and this is getting close to being an A1 run.
That was the best straight foot 50 he's done all weekend.
He's running out of time, and that's not going to count. That's just not going to count.
Oh, that is so
Although it doesn't count, I feel like it does a little bit of a mind trick. Because you'd be hard pressed if you were a human being to not let that influence you a bit.
He finished on a high note. The crowd reacted, and it was moments after the buzzer. Just mere moments.
Look at that tray foot 50. Bang. It's very hard to get a tray foot 50 to not do something weird right when you get in. You know, back truck's not in immediately, it walks in after.
I remember seeing you do that trick once or twice in SLS.
I mean,
yeah. And things went weird sometimes.
I know what I'm talking about.
All right. Yuto, Horigome coming in for run number 2, coming off a 9 on run number 1.
The speed that he hits that with is just impressive. He doesn't take a lunch break on the back nose blunt, which gives him a little bit more speed going into the next trick, which is ridiculous and shouldn't actually happen in a line, but he just did it again.
Yeah, he's looking very focused, isn't he?
Wow.
Very focused. Quick look at his time. Did you see that? For like a split second, just quickly looked up in between tricks.
I think his brain works really quick. I think that's one of the things that makes him so incredible at this contest.
Oh my goodness.
That was beautiful.
Perfectly timed.
What an exceptional run.
And he hits him with the 5.
The Ollie 5 was way after time, but it was just for extra juice, right?
I mean,
the crowd is going nuts here, right?
The juice is loose, indeed.
So he had a 9 on his first run. What's this?
It's a step up, let's face it. It's a step up. He's pushing, he skated faster, did all his tricks a little bit better, and we have
another 9.
Another 9.
9.0 even.
Wow.
So Yuto Horigome was the #1 qualifier, so he got to skate last. They reshuffle the order after the runs, and he's still going to get to go last because he's still on top.
Wow. I mean, what an incredible run. That tray flip was perfect.
So that is the leader in the Pro Open final. Yuto Horigome, after 2 runs, will be back with best trick right after this. 2017 saw some new blood bring the heat to the SLS season. Yuto, Horigome, and Deshaun Jordan made their way into SLS via the Pro Open in Barcelona. In the final, Nyjah Huston was back with a vengeance after Shane O'Neill dominated in 2016. Then it was off to Munich, where newcomer Yuto battled it out with Nyjah in the final and was one trick away from taking the win. Fast forward to Chicago, after Nyjah took a heavy slam in the final. The other rookie, Deshaun Jordan, came out swinging and went huge to bring Nyjah's winning streak to an end. That set the stage for the 2017 World Championship in Los Angeles, where the last attempt came down to Nyjah, the 2014 World Champ, going head-to-head with Shane, the 2016 World Champ. Shane put it all on the line, but couldn't roll away. And that's how Nyjah took home the 2017 SLS World Championship. Welcome back. We're in Copper Box Arena here in London for the Pro Open Final. Watching the best skaters in the world go to town on this course. But one skater you're not going to see skate tonight. Because he's out with an injury, Nyjah Huston, and he's standing by with our own Andrew Cannon.
So Nyjah, what's going on that you can't skate in this?
Unfortunately, I hurt my knee at Tampa Pro. It was actually a reoccurring injury from like 6 years ago. I've been struggling kind of ever since then. Bone bruise, just got through the pain, then hit it again, and just taking so long to heal. But it's getting better slowly.
And who do you got your money on for the win out here?
I mean, so far it's Yuto right here, man. He's just so consistent. He's so calm. It's like he has no emotion or no pressure. But I mean, one thing I've definitely noticed from past experiences, it's as long as you get one solid rundown, it doesn't matter too much about the rest of the contest. Like, there's still so much opportunity to make up for those points. So I think Yvan still has a good chance. And I mean, all these dudes, basically whoever got at least one good rundown has a good chance, and they're all killing it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Heal up soon. We hope to see you in LA. Boys?
Thanks so much, Andrew. We do hope to see Nyjah heal up and be back on point in Los Angeles. So this is the finals. Run section is over. Now everyone has 5 best trick attempts. Only the top 4 scores count. That's it. So the run section won't matter to someone like Tiago Lemos, who only has a 3.6 and a 2, if he can get 4 great scores here on the board in the best trick section.
He needs to go for it.
He's going to have to go for absolute broke here.
The thing we know with Tiago is that if he does make his trick, it's very likely anyone else is going to do anything like that. With tricks like that crooked grind, you need that pop right to be able to really just throw those tricks out.
Absolutely. You just corner the market on his type of trick.
That gives you a real good idea of how tall that rail is to get on and how long the grind is. It's huge. Waiting on scores. With the crooks up the rail. Tiago. He's going for his first SLS win here tonight. No question about it. This is his 3rd year in SLS. He's done well, but no wins. 8.0.
That's a great score.
Vincent Milou, next in.
Oh, not quite there. I thought he had that. Didn't quite get it to Fakey right there.
Of the 4 non-SLS pros here tonight, right now, Trent Mcclung and Gustavo Rivera are the top 2 guys. Those are you guys to watch. Yvan and Vincent are playing catch-up. Let's see how he does. Yvan Montero.
That's how you catch up. Right there. Hit him with the record. 270 lip, 270. Once you get into that lip, you have to crank your shoulders again so that you can actually unwind once you hit there.
And we've seen all weekend long that concrete is grippy down there. People have been pitched off those turning tricks a lot. He hangs on. 8.1.
It's a little low for a trick of that technicality. A little bit of the technical gnar on that one, but we have to get the back of the judges.
Hey, he's got 4 more ready to fire off, so he can build on that. Felipe Gustavo, that's the trick. That's the attempt 1.
Wow.
Again, no touch on the front of that nose, right? All balanced nose grind.
All balanced. Look at how he skates.
He's looking for a 7.7 or better to take the lead.
No one's doing that trick that casually.
7.9 puts Gustavo up in first.
That's his second 7.9.
He's not messing around. Gustavo Rivera, he's one of your top 2 guys.
Oh, that bigger flip front board again. Hopefully he's okay. That came down his arm and perhaps a little bit of that shoulder area or something. Didn't quite see. I know he went down quick.
He hit the forearm, which is much better than your face. Trent Mcclung dropping in. Tricky thing about those kickflip front nose grinds, it's like almost a frontside flip technique, but it's so precise the way that you have to tweak your body while giving the leverage to get in. It's actually a lot more complex than it looks.
Kelvin Hoffler on deck. He came in second in the run section, set himself up very well for best trick. Let's see what he's got.
Trying to rip that half cab nose slide into a back tail. Didn't quite lock in, slipped out.
I mean, these guys have had to do these tricks a bunch of times now, which makes it's pretty hard.
Yuto, he won the run section straight up. 9 and a 9. Here we go.
What's going on right now? Is he playing with us?
I thought he was going to go with some sort of basic, put a score on the board, but a nollie cab switchback tail.
That is exceptional. I'm going to throw that down and say that is just something special right there. Nollie cab to
Gino.
I don't want to be the judges round. I don't want to judge that. That's how gnarly that was.
3 in a row.
That
3
is
in
insane.
a row. I don't know that that's ever been done.
Wow. Well, we are just absolutely just speechless up here, right, Chris? Like, what just happened?
History just happened. Yeah. He just got a turkey in the Street League.
Wow. Back to the top of the order here.
What do you do after 3 9s?
I don't know what to do right now. I'm not even skating.
Like the pressure from yourself. You're like, how do I beat me?
All he has to do is make one more trick, and he might seal it. Might. These guys are all the best. Tonight, this is the finals. SLS Pro Open. Tiago Lemos.
That was sick.
1 foot switch.
Hey, he saw Bob Burnquist out here. He knew Bob's tricks with the 1 foot, and he just wanted to throw a shout out.
That one was for Brazil.
That was for Brazil. Look at it. Ow! Look at how twisted he is when he lands. I would give him extra points for that.
8.0.
I feel like they did.
Solid score.
Yeah, being able to lock in the trick like that and then recover when your feet, one of the feet's completely off. That's why they scored him like that, right? Very difficult recovery.
Absolutely.
Vincent Milou trying to get his 3rd score on the board, and he's going to do it.
That is a heavy kickflip board side. Wide ledge.
Low and long.
Yep. Kicking all the way out there and then lapping. Oh, his wheels were on top for a while. Oh, this will be a better angle to watch his wheels slide on that blue. Man, that would not be a trick that I would pick. Incredible he pulls it.
Especially fakey.
Especially fakey.
Yvan Montero back on deck, looking for his 4th score with a make right here. Currently in 3rd place.
Oh my, did you see that technique on that that 360 kickflip.
It's what, just perfection?
We're going to see it. We're going to see. Watch this. His front foot looked like he barely flicked it, and yet it went exactly where he wanted it to go.
That's the touch.
That's how he does it. In order to not make it spin all the way around, his front foot barely hits it.
8.1 for a 360 flip nose blunt slide down that long rail. They're making him work for it. The crowd does not like that score. They don't like it.
The crowd is howling wind right now.
Felipe Gustavo coming in third. Needs a 7.9 to take the lead.
Whoa.
He's not going to get it.
Good save, though. His leg was on top of that thing, and I was scared for him.
Checking if he has any wax on the bottom of his shoes.
I mean, hey, that guy knows what he's doing.
So the leaderboard's going to be all over the place until everybody has 4 scores up. Gustavo Rivera.
Wow. I'm floored at that move.
So how are the judges gonna score that one, Chris? Because we just did see him do that trick to get to this point, make it to the final. So we've seen him do it quite a bit in the contest and in the practice. But what an incredible trick!
I mean, look at the move. A bigger flip, front board, in a contest that you've never been in, with some heavy action going down already. I mean, the nerves are through the roof. 8.4.
8.4. So I think your question is answered right there, Jeff. They've seen it a few times. The score is not getting any higher.
I would have scored that a little bit higher, I think.
Trent Mcclung looking for his 3rd score. He needs to start making some tricks.
Got the nifty.
So that counts, but barely.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes just putting up a score by landing on whatever helps, but not in this case. Not in these finals with Yuto doing what he's doing. You have to come correct. Put everything on the line, otherwise.
It could be the difference between 7th or 8th, but not 3rd or 2nd or 1st.
Precisely.
5.4. Kelvin Hoffler, 2 amazing run scores, failed his first trick attempt. Wants to put something down right now.
He's going to have to pull something heavy out of there. It's a 9.7 per second. Oh! Well, I'm glad he's okay right there, because that did not look good for 1 split second. Stepping back on the board when you bail on a rail or slam on a rail is never a good idea. You don't know where you're at. There's a rail right there. The concrete's right next to you, and you don't know what's going on. So here we have it right here. Yuto Horigome.
That's right. 9, 9, 9. Now what?
Oh my! He almost just did 4. You know that's hard right there.
Yeah. And he's mad. He's mad that he didn't roll out of that.
He's disappointed.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah. There is our current leader, Yvan Montero, coming back for best trick attempt number 3 after this. True Skate is the official mobile game of Street League skateboarding. True Skate is free to download this weekend, and SLS course bundles are on sale at 50% off. Welcome back to London, England. What an incredible city, and what a weekend this has been so far. The architecture out there, the people, the food, out in the streets. Fish and chips for days, fry it up. I'm all over it. Jeff, thank you for joining us in your home country and welcoming us. It's been rad. We're inside Copper Box Arena. This is the SLS London Pro Open Final. I'm Paul Zitzer, along with Jeff Rowley and Chris Cole. Jeff, what do you think? What's it been like to have this contest come here?
It's monumental, man. I mean, if you were a young skater in England watching this contest, how would you feel? You'd be so inspired and stoked.
True story. Let's take a look at our current standings. Now, Yvan Montero, trying to win a spot into SLS, is in the lead with a 29.9, but he has 4 scores up. Yuto Horigome is in second with a 27, and that is only 3 scores so far, 3 nines. Gustavo Rivera rounding out the top 3, then followed by Felipe, Gustavo, Trent Mcclung, Tiago, Lemos, Vincent, Milou, and Kelvin Hoffler, surprisingly down in 8th after bailing 2 best trick tries in a row. Now, back to the top of the order. Best trick, attempt 3. Everybody has 3 tries left. Top 4 scores overall count. You gotta at least get to 4 scores. And to have a shot, they gotta be huge. That's a make.
And you may as well risk it.
Yeah.
That's a make.
I think he's annoyed by that. Now he's annoyed by that. Like, come on.
There's not a lot of room on the side right there. He made it clean as a whistle. And he just squeezed towards that edge barrier. That's probably why he's feeling nice. Like, I made that trick, and then
slips on the paint.
Slips on the paint.
7.8. So another good score for Tiago. He's in there. He's up in the mix. He's got to start getting way up in the 8s. Vincent Milou coming in next, looking for his 4th score. That's going to do it.
That is an incredible move. He is great at the frontside kickflip maneuvers.
That's a scary trick to do on a wide hopper like that. Very easy to stick, get your board locked in a number of different ways.
Well, it's very hard to turn out.
And he put his back wheels down first and then slid on. Oh, wow. Heavy. 8.4. Judges are feeling it. Yvan Montero, current leader. All right. He wants to replace a 5.1. He can do that. Anything he does is going to replace a 5.1. And then he's going to build on that lead. But he better, because Yuto is going to be coming for him.
Oh, he sticks.
Wow. You know how consistent he is with this trick specifically?
Yes.
This whole weekend, he's had this trick better than I've seen most people have their consistent trick. And it's a heavy one.
Felipe Gustavo trying to get his 4th score up. He's in 6th with a 22.1 overall. Needs a 7.9 for 1st.
Oh, it's just stuck for him. He may very well be the best switch flip back tailer in the world.
Next skater in, Gustavo Rivera. Looking for his 4th score. Not getting it.
I actually saw him switch to brand new shoes right before the finals.
Why?
Which I thought was crazy, but I couldn't tell him. I wasn't close enough to tell him, hey, you're doing something that crazy people do.
Maybe that's what it takes to be that good at what he's doing. I don't know. Trent Mcclung needs an 8.0 for 1st.
Wow.
Nose run.
That was graceful.
That was a bonk. He bounced straight out of that. It was awesome.
Yeah, he cruised a couple feet and then started coming down.
There's that gun.
Kick flip.
So he's going to get his 4th score. Needs an 8.0 for 1st. Gets an 8.3. So he takes the lead for now. But like we said, some skaters have 4 scores up, some have 3. Yuto's one that has 3. As soon as if he puts down another, I think everything's going to get shaken up. Kelvin Hoffler, he's in 8th place. He's looking for his 3rd score. He's only got his run score so far.
Oh, wow. And he squeaks it in there. Literally rubbing his foot down the rail. That was close.
Use it as a break.
We're going to see it right here on this slow-mo. It's a nice
Super
big
slow.
spin. But look at that back foot.
Wow.
He is sliding on his heel and then adjusts it.
Is that going to count against him, or is that just, hey, that trick's gnarly enough that we'll take it any which way?
I think it should count towards him.
Count towards.
Like,
in
that's
favor
great.
Of 7.7. I think it probably counted. They counted him down on it.
And
right?
the judges from where they were set may not have seen that foot placement.
Maybe
in
not.
the furnace.
All right, Yuto.
Crowd is winding up.
He's got a 9 and a 9 and a 9. He just needs one more big score.
Oh my. So now Yuto has decisions to make.
Yeah. So we're setting up for attempt number 4 here in Best Trick. SLS London Pro Open Final. Right now, 2 potential new SLS rookies are in the lead. Trent Mcclung and Yvan Montero. But as we've said, things can change real quick out here once everybody starts putting down their 4 scores. Tiago Lemos in 3rd. The quote-unquote veteran out here. His 3rd year in the league.
Oh, what was happening?
Well, he landed in a hurricane from that frontside kickflip, but I don't think that's where he was aiming for.
I don't think he was aiming for that because that would be bizarre to try that trick on a ledge.
Vincent Milou in 5th.
Wow. Vincent Milou pulling it out when he needs it.
And he needs to replace a 4.2.
That will most assuredly do that. I love how this is flip-flopping. It almost goes primo, but his back foot will not let that happen.
I love the facial afterwards, like he can't believe it. And he is stoked, 8.7. Wow. So look at the current leaderboard. Vincent Milou on top, Trent Mcclung in 2nd, Yvan Montero in 3rd. Those are all guys trying to become SLS rookie pros. Yvan Montero, all of them skating their first ever SLS events. They're all in the final. Yvan Montero, he's trying to replace a 5.1.
Oh, wow. See, what's happening now is sometimes when you go into practice, you skate the obstacle from a certain direction, like you're riding up in a line. So he did the tray flip nose slide over and over, but not dropping in. So now that he's dropping in, he has so much speed that it's actually throwing him off.
So if you were his TM, you'd be like, listen.
Start by chase, ride up the ramp, turn around. Or just ride up switch.
Felipe Gustavo looking for his 4th score. And he gets it.
Yeah. Real happy for him.
That's the Felipe we want to see. More of that.
Right, delicate. Very well, maybe the best. Switch foot back Taylor. Actually, absolutely one of the top 3. Shane O'Neill and P-Rod being the other 2.
Pep Martinez being
9
4th.
club.
Hey now! 9 club.
The crowd is psyched on that one.
You've talked about it, Chris. That out ledge is not easy to skate.
It is dangerous. The fact that you land, it's awesome he landed right before the paint because the paint has been throwing people off. And the out ledge, I mean, every time something goes wrong, you can't leave a leg up there.
All of a sudden, Gustavo Rivera is down in 8th place, but that can change. And I'm pretty sure it just did.
That was an awesome crooked grind nollie kickflip. I don't think he could have done that any cleaner.
That's his 4th score coming up.
I can't believe the level where this is something that happens in a contest.
Yeah.
Look at how he catches this too. It's a perfectly pinched crook. He nollie flips. He catches it with his front leg first.
Wow.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to do it, slow-mo that and watch it frame by frame.
That's absolutely right.
8.6 puts Gustavo up in first place.
There are mixed feelings in the audience. Hey, not everything can be 9 Club, guys.
All right. Wow. Trent Mcclung, now all of a sudden he's back down in 4th place. He needs a 6.7 to reclaim the lead.
He did that absolutely perfect.
He went full speed at it too, right?
Yeah, he was actually, that is hard to get speed for, and he seemed to do that very easily.
Look at that wind up. Keeps the board right below him, right below that head, controlling it all the way around.
.7.8, that's fair with what's going down out there.
And back on top, Trent Mcclung, your new leader. Gustavo Rivera in 2nd. So if the contest were to end now, those two would be your new SLS rookies. But it ain't over yet. Kelvin Hoffler, he needs to put it down. He's only got 2 tries left. He needs 1 score. He only has 3.
Oh, wow.
Now he's put all the pressure right squarely on his shoulders. 1 try left for his last score.
He came in so strong with those first runs and stuff too, and he's just loosening up a little bit here in the best trick.
All right, what's going on in Yuto's mind, Chris?
I mean, he has to be stressing out. That was smart. That was.
You called that, Chris.
That was perfect playing the game. And wow.
540 knows one.
Just
Gazelle.
Yeah, give you a heads up of how good I am real quick. But look at that, playing the game, doing a nollie cab back lip, and then coming out the way that the judges haven't seen you do today. Gaining some points, putting down 4 scores so that you can jump up to the top.
Yeah, he needed that score. 8.1 puts him back up in the lead and a heavy lead. Yuto Horigome, your new leader after 4 best trick attempts here in the final. So we're going to be back with the 5th and final goes here in the final at the London Pro Open. Can Yuto hang on for the win? Welcome back inside Copper Box Arena. This is the finals of the SLS London Pro Open, and you're looking at the winner of last night's Women's Pro Open, Jen Soto, and 3rd place finisher, Mariah Duran. Congrats to 2nd place, Lacey Baker as well. What a contest that was. Let's take a look at our current standings. Yuto Horigome up on top, situated for the win. 2nd place right now with a 32.7. He's got work to do. Trent Mcclung, Gustavo Rivera in 3rd. Felipe Gustavo in 4th. Vincent Milou 5th. Yvan Montero 6th. Tiago and Hoefler rounding out the top 8. Chris and Jeff, what do you think about these standings right now?
That's blowing my mind right now. We have all these new guys just popping up out of nowhere, just annihilating this contest here in London. It's incredible.
And they're in an arms race to see who's actually going to be the new SLS pros.
Yeah, and it's right now, Trent, Gustavo, Vincent, and Yvan, they're all in striking distance. It all comes down to this last best trick attempt. That's it. Comes down to it. You got to make it. It's got to be huge.
Oh! Wow. That was excellent. Excellent strategy as well.
Putting on a show for the crowd after that switch backside tail slide. Now, what's unique about that one, Chris, right?
I mean, he's hanging on forever. It's the tallest ledge. And then to throw it, shove it out. It's just one more obstacle in a land, you know? Doing a shove it out, you can wheel bite, it can not shove it, it can fall weird. 8.9 puts him up in the 2nd place.
And that's how it happens. It just goes like that.
He's tied with Trent Mcclung in score-wise, but he has a higher single score, putting him above Trent Mcclung.
Okay. Vincent Milou trying to get a spot into SLS. It's going to come down to this try.
He's going home. He's going back to France. He was so blown away.
He did what he needed to do.
That was beautiful.
He's out.
What a difficult trick, right? What an uncomfortably just difficult trick to pop and aim. And
yes, what an uncomfortable move. Why in your right mind would you ever try this?
Because this might happen in the final of the SLS Pro Open, and you might become an SLS rookie. That's
he gives
why.
it mostly a 5-0 too. It taps for a second and then woo, pops a wheelie. Wow, he's stoked.
Well, that was another level, wasn't it? That was something we've not seen before like that. That was a trick that I've never really seen done on that to that caliber.
Nightclub, Vincent Milou! The first for the Frenchman.
That is fantastic. And just put himself into a better situation to be in SLS.
Yeah, he did. He did. He may be a new SLS rookie, depending on what happens next.
But not if the other guys have something to say about it.
Yvan Montero needs this trick right now. If he's going to get into SLS, it needs to happen. That tail stomp may be the difference between him sticking around for life and him going home and thinking about next year.
The good thing that he gets to go to sleep knowing is that he's good for it next year as well. I mean, he rips so hard, and with tricks like this, when you give him a shot, he's going to show up for it.
And you know he's going to come back.
Absolutely.
With all that experience he just learned, time to settle and think about it, adjust what he did at this contest.
7.3 moves Yvan into 5th place, which means he's not beating Trent and he's not beating Vincent Milou, and he's out. And that means Milou is a new SLS rookie. Guaranteed. Congrats.
That is so rare for that to happen.
Skated great today, though. Felipe.
Absolutely.
Crowd is giving him a big standing ovation, too, which is awesome to see. They like it.
Oh, he's just going to do it for everybody now.
The angle of that ledge on the approach does not help neither.
There's your new SLS rookie, Vincent Milou out of France. He's going to be sticking around. We're going to see him in Los Angeles. Here we go, Gustavo Rivera.
Well, there it is.
That means Trent Mcclung, congratulations. He is a new SLS rookie pro. Look at the stoke. Yeah! Wow.
Paul Rodriguez is going to be very happy at home watching this.
And you know, I mean, that's how Trent skated this weekend, like an SLS pro. And now he is one. Hey now.
That's got to... I mean, he has to feel incredible right now.
Yeah, that fall is immaterial.
Like, he put in the work all weekend, and he got here on all of his own steam. He deserves every bit of that. We'll be stoked to see him the whole rest of the year.
Such a cool cat, too. Everybody's congratulating him because they genuinely like that dude.
Kelvin Hoffler up next for his 5th and final attempt. Needs a 9.1 for second. You know he's got a 9.1 in him. He's going to have to dig deep.
Wow.
the speed with which he approaches that trick is just throwing me off. He goes full speed at that kickflip frontside balan.
I didn't think he was going to try that because he went so fast.
That makes it official. Yuto Horigome is the winner of the 2018 SLS London Pro Open. There you go. He is only the 9th skater to ever win at SLS, period. Chris Cole, you're one of those guys. What
He
does
doesn't
it feel
even
like
need it.
to Yuto?
Wow, that was incredible. He deserved every bit of that. When you skate that good, it's like, do you super win it? Do you over win it?
I feel like running all the way down there and congratulating. I'm so happy for the kid. What an awesome day of skateboarding.
There is the winner of the 2018 SLS London Pro Open, Yuto Horigome. The 2018 SLS London Pro Open has been brought to you in part by Monster Energy. There is the winner, the 2018 SLS London Pro Open, all the way from Japan, Yuto Horigome. His second year as an SLS Pro. All came together for him here tonight. Taking a look at our final results there, and congratulations to the highest scored trick winners, Kelvin Hoffler and Felipe Gustavo, 9.1s tonight. Monster, highest scored trick, Kelvin Hoffler. There's two of them. There's Felipe Gustavo, switch, kickflip, backside tail slide on the out ledge. We got Vincent Milou creeping up in there, making the cut. Making the cut as an SLS Rookie Pro. Congratulations, Vincent Milou. Final thoughts, guys. What do you think, Jeff, Chris?
What a standout performance by Yuto. I mean, you called it, Jeff.
I mean, all these guys, let's face it, what an incredible day of skateboarding. But Yuto, I mean, he had all the DNA to do it, and he did it.
Let's talk about the two skaters who made the cut into SLS.
I mean, look at Trent. Trent just ripped the whole time. And then Vincent Milou, I did not expect that kickflip crooked grind right there, and that pop shove at 50 really changed his entire night.
Monster making the cut winners. So once again, congratulations goes out to Vincent Milou and Trent Mcclung, the new SLS Rookie Pros that we're going to be watching all year long. And congratulations to Yuto Horigome from Japan for winning the 2018 SLS Pro Open. So for all of us at SLS, I'm Paul Zitzer. And watch ETN Vance Park Series from Sao Paulo next weekend. See you there.